What's up, everybody? It's JayViper here. Thank you very much for swinging by another video. Marathon is pretty cooked right now. I mean, it might not be totally well done yet, but it is well on the way to being well done. I mean, we're talking about after a really disappointing alpha where people just dropped off like they didn't even care about the game. After being catfished by that cinematic trailer that didn't really show the game the way that it is being played. And on top of that, it's followed up by overt plagiarism in the art department. And then, of course, we get the stink face given by the art director on the live stream. And now we're seeing the marketing is being canceled. To what level? We have yet to see, but it might be everything, which spells nothing good for Marathon this year. Let's get to all this and see what's going on right after you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
JayViper is awesome. He's so good looking. He's got the crowd in awe.
So here we've got the gamer talking about the marketing for Marathon reportedly canceled following plagiarism controversy. Now, this goes above and beyond what we heard from the Bungie side, where we originally heard that they're redoing the marketing. We're talking about overall cancellation. Now, they're saying ever since PlayStation Bungie held their major gameplay reveal for Marathon back in April, where I think a lot of people, including myself, were pretty disappointed with what we saw in the gameplay, where after they showed the cinematic reveal and we saw the characters, it looked pretty horrible, but at least the gameplay looked fast-paced. Once the gameplay reveal was shown, it was like, wow, this is slow plotting. Maybe it was just a really bad render of the gameplay, but I mean, who puts that forward? But then the alpha came out, and yeah, no, that's the gameplay. So, of course, with the closed alpha being a huge disappointment, we'll look at the numbers in a minute. The artists accusing Bungie of plagiarism. This absolutely happened, and of course, Bungie has come forward and apologized and said how this was absolutely a thing that got checked in, and they're going to do their due diligence and try to make sure that doesn't happen again, and they're going to go through all their art and basically review everything and see if there's anything else in there that could be problematic. We'll see what comes of that. We'll see if they even tell us what happens. But as a result of this, it was said that morale's in a complete free fall over at Bungie. I mean, these people have been working for years on this product that is not being well received. And then on top of that, you have plagiarism concerns. This does not spell good things for Bungie right now. This only can be concerning for everyone working there, as they're seeing the thing that they've put a lot of time and energy into just being widely ignored by people. And I think that might be the worst thing possible, is where you have something you're making, you care about it personally, but everyone else, the people who are supposed to buy it, don't care. And what's crazy to me is this: they're saying the game will reportedly need to be one of the 2025's top 5 best-selling games in order to be considered a success. There is no way this game's going to do that. I mean, you're talking about, I mean, just look at these numbers right here. This is the alpha, and although, you know, it has about 7,000 people peak, we're not going to look at the peak, okay, because we don't know how many people were let in. I'm sure they wanted more people than that in the closed alpha, but it's not that. This is opening day where it saw the most people as it went into the weekend and just plummeted. This ran from the 24th of April to the 4th of May. Look at these numbers. They just dropped off the face of the earth. The last day of the alpha had the least people peak. People didn't even come into play the last day, like, all right, last day, let's get our last little runs in. No, people were done. They just left. And this is just people who were given free keys and saying, go check out the brand new Bungie game, saying, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go play Expedition 33 or something else. I mean, that is absolutely what happened here. That is killer for them. So here we go. The game post paid marketing for Marathon has apparently been canceled altogether. What does that really mean? Because originally they're saying that they wanted to rework the marketing, okay? But when they're saying they've canceled it altogether, maybe that just means their plans, their current plan, and they're just saying, no, we're done. Like, there has to be delay here. When you're canceling marketing and this thing's supposed to release in like late summer, early fall, well, we're there, man. We should be seeing trailers. We should be seeing even more push here and gameplay. But like we saw in the latest Bungie stream, they took the gameplay out completely. They said, we're not going to show you any. We were going to, but now we're not. And of course, with the art plagiarism issues, I do think that that plays into the marketing here because who knows what the art is in the marketing because they might not even know where it came from at this point. And I wonder how much they have to start over from scratch with the art. So far, it looks like it's mostly decals, things like that they can swap out, but they're going to have to go and make new ones. And of course, see what's happening internally. And of course, what else is left? What else is plagiarized? What's still checked in and that they're actively using that's not even theirs? So this is Paul Tassi, and of course he admits that yes, Marathon should be delayed. I mean, I think that's pretty clear, and I thought that was pretty clear when we saw the very first gameplay. It didn't look like it was nearly cooked enough to be shown, and we're talking about a game that was a few months off when they showed it to us. Now, he's saying delayed, almost positive, yes. Canceled, it's hard to see how that could happen, given it would be Sony's second obscene live service blowup in a year, although I do wonder if they learned anything from Concord, and they're looking into this game and saying, man, there's really nothing here in a market where, okay, when you look at the gameplay, right? And let's go back and talk about what people saw in the alpha. So in the alpha, we had lots of complaints. I mean, we had what we saw in the gameplay reveal where the movement mechanics were just stuck in slow motion. It was kind of like walking through molasses. Like, what's the point of playing a game that looks like it should be slick and fast-paced like Destiny 2, where the movement here in Marathon is slow and clunky? It doesn't make much sense, and it's really not even Bungie's strong point. It's really interesting to see that that's the route they took with this, and of course, with it being an extraction shooter, I mean, you really have already slow and clunky Tarkov. I mean, that's the way it's made, and then you have Delta Force that's more of a simulator. So where should Marathon fit? I mean, I would think it should be more parkour, fast-paced extraction shooter like it looked in the cinematics. But then when you actually go and play the game and you see the gameplay, it's not like that at all. That's why I call those cinematics a catfish, because it just doesn't make sense how you go from that cinematic to the gameplay. It doesn't even match. And then on top of that, there's aim assist on PC. Now, PC players, we don't really need aim assist. We don't want it. It doesn't feel right on a mouse. And it was very, very strong. I mean, it was doing a lot of pulling. And then, of course, with that sort of thing, when you turn it off, now you're dealing with people with the aim assist on, and now it's not even ground, so it makes you use it. There really is no place for journalism mode in an extraction shooter because, let's be honest, that's all aim assist really is. On PC, that's journalism mode, my friends. Get that stuff out of here. And then there are people complaining about lack of solo and duo modes. Now, of course, it's an alpha. I wouldn't expect to see that, but that is something that that's worth noting. You know, are they going to do that in the future or not? People do like being able to go even inside trio games as solos and duos. I mean, that is a thing that people really look for, is that kind of challenge as well. And then the visuals and atmosphere, it was like a tale of two worlds where you step outside a Marathon and players said it looked like a Unity student project, right? Jagged edges. It's like a movie with stunning indoor sets but cheap, blurry CGI outdoors, where the indoor areas had some polish, but the outdoor environments were completely rough. But again, like with Bungie and right now, I just wonder about their talent gap. Like, do they have the talent to pull this off? What I find there that's interesting is lately I feel like games have been lacking a lot of like detail, but usually the environments are pretty good. This seems like the opposite of that. But then the game loop, like tension, like there's no edge, where extraction shooters thrive on high stakes and risk and big wins. But with Marathon, it felt more tame, like a battle royale, and no heart-pounding tension, no do-or-die vibes. It was like watching a thriller that never really gets thrilling, and players miss the adrenaline rush they'd expect from the genre. And like there was even people saying that it's streamlined and flaccid. That's killer, right? So without any gripping loop, Marathon just struggles to keep players hooked. And with that drop-off that we looked at, I mean, I think that really speaks volumes to how there's nothing driving people to get in. And then on top of that, what even makes Marathon stand out? Like, what's the freaking point of playing? Players really couldn't tell. They came out saying, okay, it's a game. It's a game. But what's the point? Like, you go into like a cafe, right? You want to like order a signature drink, but there's just coffee. Like, here, have a coffee. Like, even Dunkin' Donuts has signature drinks, my friends. Like, how are you going to go in and like have a game like this with no signature, no real reason for playing? And when you have the characters on top of that that are horrendous looking, I mean, come on, folks. We cannot deny the fact that these characters are a joke on top of all the issues. And then there's the heat system too. People were complaining about that, where basically you have the full tank of your stamina and you slide in half of your stamina is gone. Then there's the downtime. There's lots of downtime. You're waiting for drops, loads, loot picks, issues like that. There's combat confusion. Who's shooting me? Where is it coming from? It's playing hide and seek with no clues. There's no customization. Of course, alpha, maybe that's the reason. We'll see, although it's probably going to be skin-based more than anything. Whereas, you know, again, Delta Force, you have full customization with your guns. You can build your guns, my friends. There's already games out there that are killing this game. Like, there's no reason to have Marathon right now. What's the reason for Marathon? And no one really has that answer. So yeah, as it's going right now, I mean, Marathon, we have to be seeing some kind of delay here. The cancels a question. There's nothing but issues coming from the alpha. I saw very little good coming from it, and I feel like mostly that's people just coping. Like, oh yeah, no, it's good. You guys just don't like games. No, we like good games, right? Slow plotting, basic, do nothing. Looks like it's a student project game that's made by Bungie. I mean, this is embarrassing. If they can really snap up like the speed that it goes, make it really like a heart-pumping movement action, fun. Like if you take Apex movement and speed, and or maybe like Titanfall wall running, something like that, a parkour game with shooting, you could have something here, but you cannot take Marathon as it is currently and then put it into the genre and put it into 2025 where you have banger games already hitting, okay, and expect this thing to be top 5 of the year. I mean, there's just no way. And then there's the price tag where it's expected to be $40, where it really looks like a free-to-play game. I mean, I don't think they really understand where this game's supposed to fit in the market, and they have to figure that out as well, because I don't think they have this game figured out top to bottom. I mean, gameplay to marketing, they don't know where this game fits, and I think players are just as confused as the people over at Bungie and Sony right now. Anyway, that's all I had to say about this. Let me know what you think about Marathon. What do you think's going to happen with it? Delayed? Canceled? Do you think they'll have the guts? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so I can see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Love you in peace. Bye, everybody.
He's owning every game.